그냥 망할 것만 있거든.
Let's start with the video. Chapter 90 Summary. The reporters made way for Ming, as he is known for his indifferent demeanor. Ming approached Joe and gently grabbed his arm, saying, "Let's go." Joe maintained his composure and smiled, making an inviting gesture. Ming followed him on stage, causing Sol to frown. During Joe's speech, he felt nervous with many pairs of eyes on him, but he managed to calm down and thank everyone. Following the questioning session, they had a dinner banquet. Joe, seated at the main table with Sol and Ming, toasted each person, including Ming. When Joe toasted Ming, he stood up, surprising Joe. President Wang asked Joe about filming with Ming, and Joe thanked Ming for his opportunity. Just as Joe was about to drink, Ming grabbed his hand, causing everyone to look at them. Joe was startled, unsure of Ming's intentions. Ming's hands were dry, warm, and delicate, with skin as soft as a girl's hand. Joe's smile froze, unsure of Ming's motives. This unexpected encounter left Joe feeling puzzled, as he couldn't read Ming's intentions. The contrast between Ming's powerful presence and his gentle touch created a confusing aura around them, leaving Joe to wonder what was going on. Ming's intense gaze and unusual actions make everyone uncomfortable. President Wang tries to ease the tension by offering advice to Joe about his health. Following the meal, people start to leave, and Joe plans to hitch a ride with his colleagues. However, President Wang insists on giving him a ride. Sol, who is about to say something, can only watch as Joe leaves with President Wang. After getting out of the restaurant, President Wang, who has had too much to drink, talks to Joe about his future plans. Joe, who is used to this kind of talk from President Wang, listens with a smile but doesn't take it to heart. Finally, President Wang helps Joe get into a Bentley driven by Ming. Joe is stunned and tries to stand up, but President Wang's thick hands prevent him from moving. With a smile, President Wang pats Joe on the shoulder and closes the car door, leaving Joe sitting next to Ming. Joe and Ming sat in the car, separated by just a seat, but it felt like an insurmountable obstacle. Joe suggested going to his place, but Ming insisted on going to his. They arrived at Ming's home, where Ming poured them both a cup of water. Ming expressed his desire for a second chance, wanting Joe to accept him again. He wanted the opportunity to atone for his mistakes. Joe, however, was not convinced. He questioned whether Ming could forgive someone who had treated him as a substitute for a year. Ming did not deny Joe's accusations. He admitted that he had led him on, trying to get the feeling of being with Tong from him. Ming confessed that he had realized his feelings for Joe only after he was gone. Joe, however, was not ready to forgive Ming. He accused him of using him and not realizing his feelings for him until it was too late. He told Ming that he needed to start over and live his new life well. Ming pleaded with Joe to believe his feelings for him. He reminded him that he had loved him before and that he could give him everything he had hoped to get from him. But Joe was not convinced. He told Ming that he could not forgive him, not after what he had done. Ming seems to accept Joe's decision, but he reminds him of their deal. Joe had taken 5 million Thai bahts and a condo from Ming, selling himself to him for a year. Ming reminded Joe that he still had half a year left to fulfill his end of the deal. Joe was shocked, and he slowly turned around to face Ming. He had forgotten about their deal, or perhaps he had chosen to forget. Ming came close to Joe, touching his face gently and whispering in his ear. Joe agreed to fulfill the rest of their deal, but he made it clear that he only wanted the money, not the condo. Ming hugged Joe tightly, pleading with him to stay by his side. He did not want to do this, but he could not bear the thought of watching Joe walk away from him. Joe looked outside at the dark night sky, feeling overwhelmed by the situation. He realized that he had never been in control of his own life, and that his fate had already been laid out for him. Despite his losses and setbacks, Joe remained hopeful that he could start over and live his new life well. If you like this kind of video and want more videos, then share this video on Telegram groups or Facebook. It will motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. Let's continue with the video. Chapter 91 Summary. Joe didn't go home. He was taken to his old house by Ming. Despite no longer owning the house, it remains untouched since he left. Ming, who lived there briefly after Joe, has been cleaning it monthly. Entering the house, Joe sees everything unchanged. Ming confesses to keeping it the same, waiting for Joe's return. Ming offers to return the house if Joe gives himself to him. Joe, now disfigured, believes they can't start over. Ming reveals his long-held feelings for Joe, confessing that Joe was his first love. However, Ming's mistake of loving someone else left him unable to express his feelings. He fears Joe's rejection, hating himself for his past actions. Ming plans to make amends, determined to regain Joe's trust in the time they have left together. Despite Joe's doubts, Ming is committed to proving his love and devotion. Joe was unsettled by Ming's emotional gaze. In the past, he saw Ming as an aloof, privileged youth. It was only after his rebirth that he tried to truly understand Ming, now a powerful figure in the entertainment industry. Confronted with Ming's assertion of unforgotten love, Joe accused him of using money to buy him as a substitute for Tong. Ming, hurt and angry, admitted to being drawn to Joe due to a strong, inexplicable connection. Ming's explanation led to more confusion. He confessed to missing Joe and using a ruse to keep him close. This revelation left Joe overwhelmed, questioning his own emotions and the situation's complexity. Joe found himself in a love triangle, unsure of his role and the identity of the stand-in. He was torn between his feelings for Ming and the pain his involvement caused. Despite Ming's actions appearing as betrayal, Joe couldn't blame him entirely. He understood that Ming had helped him in many ways, but the emotional turmoil was too much to bear. Joe was jealous, but of whom and what, he couldn't determine. The situation became a labyrinth of emotions, with Joe at the center, unable to discern the players and their roles. In the end, Joe closed his eyes in pain, realizing that any relationship with Ming would bring unimaginable suffering. To protect himself, he decided to stay away from Ming, despite his deep feelings. Thank you for watching. If you want to read the novel, then visit patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Special thanks to my legendary supporters, Melanie Harris, Kiara Russell, Rebecca, Ann, Brian Stargell, Chelsea 212, Suzanne 233, Tamara Coomer, MZT, Maria Lalbakan, Sharon Fong, Martina Bosinkova, S. Armstrong, P. Pri, ed.